Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks everyone who liked and subscribed from my last video, and those of you who commented in the comment section, thank you so much. I do enjoy reading your comments, very enlightening and helpful, and some of them are quite amusing. So yeah, I'm glad that so many of my readings are resonating for so many of you. I really appreciate you helping me to keep my channel going. If you've ordered a personal reading from me, it is on its way. It takes 5 to 7 business days from the time that I have all the information. That means, but from the time that I've been paid and received all the pertinent information as to what type of reading you ordered and what your questions are, if you did have questions with that particular reading. So yeah. And if you are waiting for a reading and you feel that you've been missed, you can go ahead and email me and I can look into that. But as of now, I feel that I am up to date and where I should be with regards to working through my reading list, so making progress. Today's reading is a career spread reading. It's based on several requests that I received on what type or topic of reading to do. So we're doing a career spread today where we're going to look at where you are presently with regards to your career, what's calling you, how you can get there to what's calling you, what qualities you bring to the table, where you can receive or get assistance with achieving your goals, and what needs your attention currently, and what the likely future is at this point in time for your career. Okay, so you got 3 choices. I used the 2 of Pentacles from three different decks to give you options today, since you're obviously needing to make a decision regarding career and finances. So the first choice is from the Golden Universal Tarot, which is this is option number 1. And this is from Miss Cleo Tarot, option number 2. And this is from the Golden Tarot, option number 3. So timestamps are in the description box below. Feel free to put timestamps in the comment section if I don't get around to doing so. Pause the video if you need more time. Choose using your intuition. You'll get the best results. If you choose a reading and it doesn't seem to resonate within the first 5-10 minutes, then it might not be for you. Don't try to force it to apply or fit your situation. Simply pick another option or another video. So if you'd like to use this technique to get in touch with your intuition, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose nice and slow, and out through the mouth nice and slow. And when you open your eyes, the first card or option that your eyes go to is usually the right reading for you. So again, those options are number 1, number 2, and number 3. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to get started with number 1. Alright, welcome option 1. Thank you for tuning in. So this is your career spread reading. First question we're going to ask is, where are you at presently? So angels, spirits, and guides, please give us clear and accurate guidance for option number 1 regarding their career and their career path. Tune into the guides of the collective. Let them chime in to get the best possible reading for each individual. With regards to their career, where are they at presently? So where is option 1 presently? I hope I said option 1 the first time. I meant option 1. Spirit knows to listen to what I think, not what I say. Listen to my intentions, okay? Where are you at presently? Where is option 1 at presently regarding their career, please? Give us a card showing us where option 1 is presently regarding their career. Where are they at presently? Presently, option 1, if you've been drawn to this reading, it's because you're needing to make a decision about your career. You feel like you want to love the work that you do, but unfortunately, I feel like you've taken a hit with regard to stability, where you're currently at, where you're currently working. And I feel like, your ego has taken a hit here with the 2 major arcanas here, the Lover's card and the Tower. So you're really wanting stability, and perhaps what you your current place of business is stable, but it's not fulfilling your needs. Like there's been some recent upset, whether like emotionally or actually, in terms of getting fired, losing your job, having a fight or a conflict at work with that Tower card. Um, Whereas, I feel like there are things about your job that you like, and that you were fated and meant to work where you currently are, to be where you're currently at. Like you're spiritually guided for a deeper purpose to be there. And I think in part it's to sort of understand, your desires and help you to balance like your inner desires with your outer desires, and come into some sort of cohesiveness within yourself regarding, your true goals and path in life regarding your career with this Lover's card. However, with this Tower, I mean, that's kind of like a contradictory energy. So you're really needing to make a decision, because on the one hand, it's like some days you love your job, and other days you really hate it. And it feels very destructive to your ego. And that could possibly be a good thing, and, so that you can get rid of any false identity or, false beliefs about yourself and what you really want out of your career, so you can level that out and have a clean slate from which to start something new. But you need to make a decision or a choice about what that is. So some days you have, coworkers, you work very well with others, you work on your joint projects together, and some of you might even have experienced some romance in the workplace. But overall, I feel like this is about, you finding harmony and it being in harmony with regards to your personal and professional lives. But there is a choice that needs to be made here, a choice between two different things. And with regards to your job, it's, saying that while this might be, you might find contentment and harmony, cooperation in your workplace, and things might be going well at present, there is some rift within you where you feel like you're being pulled in another direction, or pulled into a different direction. And I feel like you do a good job overall, like uniting that disparity within yourself in order to achieve a common goal and get your job done. But, obviously we see with that Tower card that there is a conflict about that. So you probably, those of you who have chosen this option, who this is resonating with, you work for somebody else. Your efforts, your labor produce a profit, not only for yourself, but for those that you work with. So I'm not getting a strong self-employment vibe from anybody that chose this. This is more like you're working for someone else, or at least you do, half the time, as this is showing you being pulled in two different directions. But some of you might be wanting to branch out and do your own thing. And if that's the case, that card is a positive card for branching out, doing your own thing. If you need, starting your own business, if you need a financial backer, the Lover's card says that it is highly likely that you will find one. Because there is this part of you here that is wanting freedom, wanting change. And it could be, like I said before, there's been some sort of upset or destruction of the old that's occurring now. And, you're waking up to that fact that perhaps, you're not as happy at your current position as you thought you were. And maybe there were some changes in the workplace that changed things to the point where you can't ignore that you're unhappy with these changes they've made. Something has happened here that forces you to face reality. So, it's going to be a restructuring of your belief systems and your goals to try to figure out a new way and a new path. I feel with it will come freedom, and some of you, it will be like a jailbreak where you feel like you're breaking away from something that no longer serves you, a job that no longer serves you. So, could have been that you've experienced, a demotion. One or two of you might resonate with that, or you didn't get that raise that you were hoping for, that you deserve. And so, you're in the process of overcoming, false ideas, getting out of old patterns or habits of behavior, and some sort of outdated thinking, or just some thinking regarding your career that no longer serves you. Particularly if you're like involved in a partnership in your workplace, you might be breaking up that partnership and getting a different business partner, or going on your own and that this is a necessary change that will bring more freedom into your life. So what's calling you? For those who have chosen option 1, what's calling them, please? What are they attracting, or what career path is calling them for option 1? What career path is calling option 1? I feel like you want to move away from, like I said, rocky waters, some changes that have occurred. You are wanting to move to, basically to somewhere better, somewhere that feels better. Because we've got the King of Cups. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So it could be in your chart, but doesn't have to be. But this is what you're wanting to achieve. You're wanting to be this King of Cups. Regardless of gender, it'll still apply. It's an energy. I feel like you want to feel backed up, supported wherever you work, and maybe you want to be in a culture of creativity, and a place where you feel good about the people that you work with. You want there to be some degree of emotional warmth, some ability for you to express your emotional side or your creativity. You probably have very strong, emotions and creative talent. So I feel like, you might have felt or do feel at your current position, where you're currently at in your career, that you are to some degree, admired for the work that you do. And I feel like you go to great lengths to achieve that attention, and that acknowledgement. But there is perhaps a change, a new boss, or a new management style or policy that makes you feel, less appreciated in what you're wanting. What is calling you is a position where you can be not only a leader, but someone who is very appreciated. So more than a boss, you want to be appreciated. And, this is a king that likes to be in control, so it could speak to being self-employed or taking some sort of a leadership position, perhaps, being elevated to a role of management, or for those who resonate with starting your own business, could be that. Maybe you want to get into the healing arts, have your own business in the healing arts, or in some sort of artistic or creative endeavor. And, even though you can be a bit bossy and like things your own way, you can count on your friends to support you. You have a strong intuition about those who you can trust, and I get the sense that you don't trust easily. You're discerning about who you can trust, and there are, at least a couple of people around you who can help support you in your goals about achieving this status that you're wanting to achieve, and becoming this King of Water. But, even more importantly, your friends know that they can count on you for support and protection. It's a fatherly energy that's coming through here. And it has to do with, just this longing for something better, wanting to move away from rocky waters of instability that cause you mental stress and mental worry, and moving into something that's more healing for you. Like you're really longing for something better. You've probably just grown somewhat complacent in your current circumstances, at your current job, or with your current employer, and you want to be elevated now. You want your appreciation, and you want to have some element of control more than you have now. And you're worthy of that. Like, you have the goodness and the abilities to inspire respect and a sense of trust in those you work for and with, and for those who could potentially be working for you, because again, this is a king, higher level position. And for those of you who are looking for a financial backer to go out on your own, it could be a water sign that it is that financial backer. And if they're not that, it's just another sign that you can find the finances that you need to do whatever project in your career to start the new business, whatever it is that you might need financial backing for. You can have that. So how do you get there? You want to elevate yourself, but perhaps be your own boss, do something creative, the creative arts, something that allows you to feel better about your environment and the people that you work with, and have more respect for those you work with, and also feel like you're appreciated. How do you get there? What quality, yeah, for option one, how do they get there? How do they get to where they want to be in their career? For option one, how do they get to where they want to be in their career, please? It's Judgment Day. You need to assess the pros and cons of a situation, determine what is right for you. Maybe make a list, an actual list, sit down, write down the pros and the cons of your current situation, and what the likely pros and cons will be of that which you are attracted to, career-wise. And then step away and meditate and listen to your higher self and use your intuition. You've got good intuition. Listen to the voice of spirit as you're getting this wake-up call. I feel like spirit is strongly trying to talk to you and tell you what it is that you need to do to achieve getting to where you want to be with that Judgment card. You need to make some self-realization, you need to make some choices, you need to assess, and you need to have a renewal or rebirth in your sense of self. Perhaps, like I said, there's been some sort of a blow to the ego, some sort of an ending or potential ending that is based on a decision or a choice that you're having to make here. Many choices, I'm getting more than one choice that you're having to make, have made, will make. So regarding your career, and so this is, caused some emotional upset for you, and I feel like you are emotionally mature enough to get balanced within yourself again and start over. So for those of you who've lost a job, you're starting over, you're getting another chance, you're going to find a new job. For those of you who have been demoted or feel unappreciated at your job, this is talking about perhaps getting a second chance. If you've been under disciplinary action at your job, you're getting a second chance. But take what resonates. I'm reading for thousands of people. Not every aspect of every reading will resonate for everyone. So just listen to and take what resonates. But this is a card about regeneration into a period, into wholeness after a period of confusion. Okay. So you need to decide, honestly with yourself, what is it that you want to keep? What lessons and what ways of doing things from your present position do you want to keep as you move towards what you're desiring and what you're calling in? As you move towards your career goals, and what do you want to get rid of? What ways of being? What patterns of thinking? What associations do you want to lose or forget about or distance yourself from in order to achieve what it is you need to achieve here? Because it's time to come clean with yourself, is what this Judgment card is saying. You have to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, so you can chart your course from here with greater clarity and greater maturity. There's a strong feeling that you should not don't dance to anyone else's tune. Listen to your own tune, the tune and the music of your own heart and your own soul. So yeah, continue assessing your career about this choice. Again, this is about choices. And it may be that you decide to take a different path than the one that you have been following. Like drastically different path. One that is much more closely aligned with your true, objectives and talents. Because some of you are very talented, creatively, spiritually, musically, regarding any of the creative arts, but just in your thinking and how you approach your life. I feel like you can get good advice from those who you intuit are worthy of you confiding in and getting that advice from, but ultimately it's going to be you listening to your own heart and your own intuition, and you will be guided spiritually towards what it is that you need to do. So what qualities do you bring? In terms of your career, what qualities do you have? What qualities do you bring? Let's look at that for option 1. In terms of option 1's career and career path. In terms of option 1's career path, what qualities do they bring? What qualities do they possess? Optimism, hope, willingness to take risk, a fresh perspective, the willingness to make a move with this Fool card, which is Aquarius energy. So it could be in someone's chart, but doesn't have to be. It is all about, that's the energy that's present here in terms of what you bring. So you can see that Fool there is pretty optimistic, got the sun shining, and even though he's getting ready to potentially fall off that cliff, he's like not worried about it. Not to say that you're going to, but it just going to step off a cliff, but it demonstrates a certain level of faith, okay, and trust and hope and an opportunity. It's taking that first step on a really long journey, and the willingness to do that takes a bit of courage. So with regard to your career, I feel like it's saying that you're definitely going to be starting a new job, a new project, or something else, some business venture of some kind. Some of you could be going back to school or returning to the classroom or doing self-study. Others of you might be going on a trip, related to work, or be working in the travel industry, or finding a position where you're allowed to or have to travel a lot for work. And I feel like it's something that you're looking forward to. Like, you bring a sense of adventure to whatever it is that you're doing, and a sense of trust, a sense of hope, and almost like a wide-eyed innocence to what you do. A willingness, at the very least, to embrace, opportunities, to have an open mind, and to learn. You're very teachable, I feel. And you are very intuitive. Just make sure that you're not being too trusting or naive when it comes to money matters or investments. Read the small print. Use both logic and intuition when dealing with your money or any financial matters, okay? But I am getting like the first stage of a business or an investment is what you bring to the table. Your willingness to engage in that. Perhaps you're the one that's offering your investment, or offering to start a new business. Pay attention to your intuition on that, though. I feel like it's very positive. You've got a lot of major arcana cards here. Yeah, we've got 5 cards down, and 4 of them are major arcana. So the universe has got your back. A lot of what's happening is fated or destined to happen. Like, you're in the flow and being carried and moved forward with regards to your career. This is more important than ever to listen to your intuition and spirit, to be guided, especially when you have doubts and fears. Okay? Just keep you on your path. So where can you find assistance? For those who have chosen option 1, where can they find assistance on their career path? Where can option 1? 9 of Cups. Well, whenever you get stressed out, you might meet up with friends and have a drink. Enjoy yourself to help you stay, merry and in high spirits. Don't rely heavily on drink, though. When that guy comes out, he can talk about drinking or overindulging a bit too much. But where can you find assistance? Just trusting in the good luck that's happening for you right now, because I feel, like I said, with all these major arcanas, that you are in the flow. And I feel like the universe has your back enough to, there's a strong possibility and likelihood that, your wishes are going to come true, and regard your career. And so, it could be, for some of you, you'll get assistance in the form of a promotion. For those of you who, are getting a second chance at a current job, or just a second chance in your career in general, or maybe it's even a first chance for a lot of you, where you're going to get that promotion. You're going to land, you're going to land your dream job, the job of your dreams, and you're going to feel very happy and inspired by your work and fulfilled. And whatever you're going to do is going to be successful, is what this card is saying. And this is a card that talks about achieving a position of comfort and happiness and abundance. So you might be already abundant, or this could be someone that you know who is a friend who is abundant, and is in a position of comfortability and abundance, and could potentially help you. Perhaps that's the financial backer. We saw this is water sign energy. I said earlier there might be a potential financial backer for you that's got that energy, but it could be, that it's talking about you already being pretty set up, money-wise. Maybe an investment's about to pay off, or you have had a raise, and, for like 0.5%, somebody's going to win some money potentially from the lottery, play a scratch-off or something like that. But, when you have this abundance, you want to be, you want to share it, right? You don't want to be stingy with it. It's not to say, you blow your money by giving it all away, but it's saying that, the more that you give, the more that you get from the universe. And so what can you do? Maybe make a donation to charity, spread the love, pay it forward. But you are already in the flow here. And what needs your attention? For option 1, what needs option 1's attention, please, regarding their career? What needs option 1's attention regarding their career, please? What needs option 1's attention? There are 2 cards that wanted to come out. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Don't procrastinate on putting in the work on your goals and regarding your career, because that could create a blockage and but delay, sort of this coming together of your dreams and desires regarding your career, because both of those cards are cards about working, and they're in reverse, so that can talk about, a blockage with regards to your skill or determination. Just because this is a very positive reading does not mean that you can sit and rest over it. You want to stay balanced between work and rest, but continue to put in the good work that you've been putting in. Continue to hold yourself accountable when it's necessary. Be realistic about your abilities and your ideas. Because, if you do not, potentially this great reading may not come to fruition, or not come to fruition to the extent that you would like it to. Okay? If you're looking for, more respect, if you're looking for a promotion, if you're looking for a new job, you really need to, be balanced in your approach. Don't let yourself get lazy, or let your standards slip, or lose, focus. Okay? Just because this is a very positive reading, you still have to bring it. You still have to bring your skills and stay focused. And a 10 of Wands in reverse, says the same thing pretty much. So it's like the universe is doubling down that message. It's saying, if you feel overburdened, with everything that you're doing right now, and at the thought of all of these changes that you're going to go through in order to achieve, a better position in life, there are going to be people there to help you. Okay, and I said that earlier. To share your load, to lift your responsibilities. I feel like there's freedom coming to you in this new position, this new endeavor that you're going to embark upon, that you've already likely started to embark upon. And with that new freedom, you're just going to feel lighter. And part of that is learning to delegate tasks and set boundaries for yourself. And so, this is this tipping point where, okay, now I've learned to delegate my tasks. And I've got help from others. So let me just be tempted to slip into laziness. No. Don't do that. Okay, that's bad. Keep it fair and keep it reasonable. Okay. And so, but I do feel you're getting some help with your job, with your career, and with the responsibilities pertaining to that. You might be getting, again, a loan or debt consolidation, or some other solution financially that that's going to help you out. But you need to remain focused. Okay, so that's what you need to pay attention to. And finally, what is the likely future at this point for you regarding your career? Angels, spirits, and guides, what is option 1's likely future? Likely outcome, likely future, as of right now regarding their career. What is option 1's likely future regarding their career path, please? Option 1's likely future regarding their career path, please. We've got the Queen of Cups. Again, some of you might be meeting a love through work, because we've got the King and the Queen of Cups here, and the Lovers. Okay, this isn't a love reading, so I'm not going to get into that, but I am just going to say, that's a potential, and or working with a spouse or a partner. Also, it can be talking about balancing the masculine and feminine energies within yourself is what's going to be key in helping you to advance your career. So if you're overly macho, masculine, tough guy, you need to balance that out with your softer, more receptive side. And if you're out of touch as a female, maybe you're overly dependent on other people, or overly passive, then you're being asked to lean in, because that's part of the Lover's card, is bringing those polar opposite tendencies together in a way that works for you. Okay, but I feel like the likely future at this point with that Queen is very positive. Again, it's talking about creativity, doing something creative, and doing something intuitive. So I feel like, whatever you do is going to have a certain degree of compassion that's involved in it, a certain degree of personal self-expression, maybe writing, communications, the healing arts, medicine, something that's going to allow you to be, more generous and more nurturing, more of a parental figure, perhaps like nursing, peds, or some of you, will be allowed, with this change that's occurring career-wise, to have more time to spend with family or children. You just need to be aware with this card that you still will be tempted sometimes to use your head over, or your heart over your head, or your head over your heart. Either extreme is not good, so you want to stay imbalanced with that, okay? And you could be very changeable and sometimes unreliable. The career could be changeable and sometimes unreliable going forward, especially if you're starting something new or your own business, or making a job change, which it looks like most of you will. But even if you don't, if you're in a changeable environment, that can impact your moods. And if you're in a creative environment, that could impact your reliability and your moods as well. But I feel, you're just going to be in a position where you can use your emotions. You're going to feel deeply and passionately. It's going to be like a passion project, a passion career that you're involved in, caretaking perhaps, and you're going to be expressing yourself. It could be in, you could be a spiritual guide or a tarot reader or something along those lines, something spiritual. But whatever you do, even if it's being an accountant or something like that, you're going to feel inspired and you're going to be happy, and you're going to be allowed to use your imagination in your job. It's hard to imagine you could be imaginative and creative with something like numbers or science, but you really can. Imagination, creativity, those are simply ways of approaching a problem, okay? And you can apply that way of thinking and that approach to anything, to any career field. So, the only takeaway is just to, don't be unrealistic in your attitudes about your work, and don't be desired to be taken care of rather than working when you're at work, okay? And you should be earning good money and being allowed to be more free and flexible. And you'll be willing to roll with the punches, go with the flow, make changes, and use your intuition and intellect with regards to your work and financial matters. All right, option 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a good reading. I liked that. If you liked the reading, please let me know in the comments section below if it resonated, and hit the like button if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. You can hit the bell notification to receive notifications when I upload a new video if you'd like to be notified. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can look in the description box below to get a personal reading. Also follow my Instagram for weekly to bi-weekly love energy update readings. And yeah, thanks for supporting my channel, and thank you for tuning in. I'm moving on to option 2. Welcome, option 2. Thanks for tuning in for your career reading. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding your career, go ahead and think of those now. myself situated here. Angels, spirits, and guides, for the collective who have tuned in for option 2, please get us clear and accurate guidance to help them with regards to their career. So the first question for option 2 is, where are you at presently? So we're going to look at where you're at presently with regards to your career, okay? Option 2. Where is option 2 at presently? Where is option 2 at presently, please? Option 2. We've got the Hierophant card in reverse for where you're at presently, which talks about, rebelling against structure or tradition. So if you're in a highly structured environment, perhaps like a corporate environment, I feel like you're trying to make some changes here, changes that will put you potentially at odds with those around you. Like perhaps you're no longer feeling like you fit in your current circumstances. You're definitely assessing your position where you're at. That's why you're at this reading, right? Well, that's the Hierophant, validating that message that you're wanting to break away from old traditions, whether that be that if you work for a religious institution or a very highly ideological institution or company, whether it's intellectually or culturally, there's something that's no longer serving you where you're currently at, and you want to live by whatever belief structure, whatever belief systems or philosophies, resonate with your true nature, even if it puts you at conflict with others. So I feel like, this is a very structured card in the upright, so it's like more than likely you guys work in a very structured environment, and you're what you thought you knew, like if you thought this was definitely the right path for you, something along the lines of what you're currently doing was like the right path, now that faith is being challenged in some way and you're rethinking it. Like maybe, you just assumed that this was right for you, this position, the type of work you do now because friends or family do it, or you were encouraged to do it by teachers or something along the line where you just, maybe it was your own choice. This is something you always thought you wanted. But now you're feeling like it's hindering you, it's holding you back, it's making it difficult for you to be truly your own person. Yeah, maybe some of you chose this position because you thought it would rake in the money, but you're finding that you're dissatisfied regardless of what amount of money you're making. And maybe the place that you work isn't all that terrible, but you just have this attitude now that you don't want to play by the rules anymore. Okay? You're questioning authority. You're questioning the limits of your workplace. And maybe for some of you it's for good reason, like the place that you're at doesn't have good principles, or is unscrupulous or shady, or just simply does not hold with your values anymore. And so you're questioning all that, reassessing, wanting to leave that place. So as always, take what resonates and forget what doesn't. I'm reading for thousands of people, so not every aspect of every reading will resonate with you, and that's okay. You can choose another option, or if you are attracted to this reading, likely there's a message here for you. So your next question is, what's calling you? For those who have chosen option 2, what's calling them? What's calling to them? Career-wise, what is calling them? For option 2. What's calling to option 2, please? What's calling to you is is being in control of your own path and the work that you do. You wanting to be a boss. You want to use your mind more. You want to have more control over your work environment. You want there to be truth and clarity in what you do. And you're someone who has learned the hard way with this Queen of Swords. You could be an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or have it in your chart, but you're in this energy of being, what is calling to you is this Queen of Swords energy, which is someone who has learned, through hard times, trials, tribulations, perhaps has even experienced more trials and tribulations than the average person, and they've learned from that and become more independent, more intelligent, more objective, more authoritative as a result of that, of the suffering and the hardships that they've been through. So as a queen, you can imagine this is a symbol of authority. So you're being called to some sort of symbol of authority, perhaps in the communication fields, perhaps with regard to spirituality, anything that is a mind-based profession, as air is about mind, spirituality, communication. And something, in a position of power. This is a very intellectual energy. An energy that likes to take charge of situations, regardless of where you are, whether you're at home or in the business world, you want to take charge. And some of you may be feminine, but the cards are gender neutral. It's an energy that we're talking about here. And if regardless, you could be like a single person, a divorced person, but you are someone who's generally adept at writing, at law, understanding law. You have that potential. If you don't understand things like law, teaching, being a professor, being a scholar, being a business leader, being even a minister. Okay, that is the energy of that card. But it's someone you generally, you want, this is what's calling to you. So one of those professions or something similar to that is calling to you. And you're wanting respect, and you're wanting freedom, and you're wanting to be, living according to your own guidance. You wanting to have scruples. If you're in an unscrupulous environment, you're wanting to move away from that so that you can embody the energy of this queen, where you can use your intelligence, your objectivity to get ahead. And again, could be communications. Lots of fields are that deal with communications. Like your communication skills are an asset, I feel, or at least this is you're being called to develop those communication skills, because maybe you are someone that needs to speak up for themselves more. In your current circumstances, you're feeling stifled. So this card is saying, you want to speak up for yourself more. Ask for what you want and stand your ground. That's what you want. That's what you're being called to do. So, I feel like, you could join forces with other employees or people in your social circle, other like-minded people to profit in some way. And even if it's something like establishing a charity or a not-for-profit, it could be straight up profit that you could accumulate and generate using your social ties, or it could be profit for charity. But don't let your emotions influence any sort of financial decisions regarding your career right now. You need to be honest and hold your cards close to your chest. So you're being asked to speak up for yourself if you need to. So especially if something's going against your integrity, and you're being asked to be honest, but also don't reveal more than you need to right now. Keep your cards close to your chest, okay? That is the type of person you're being called to be with regards to your career. So how can you get there? Angel, spirits, and guides, how can option 2 get there? we've got the another powerful feminine energy, the high priestess, rather. Yeah. Equal to the empress perhaps in power and authority, but more of a bent on scholarly activities, thinking, using the mind, using intuition. The high priestess is a scholar, and she is someone that is reserved and holds the cards close to her chest most of the time, especially if she's stuck between a rock and a hard place, what it sounds like that some of you currently are with regard to your career, stuck between a rock and a hard place, or needing to make a difficult decision and having a hard time being honest with yourself or honest with others for fear of rocking the boat. But using your intuition, listening to your spiritual guidance with the high priestess is how you can get there. Okay. I don't know if this represents someone in your life. Perhaps it's, this tarot reading that you're receiving now, some sort of spiritual guidance, or someone in your life who is a spiritual person, well informed on such matters. It could be talking about you, and it could be talking also about just like your own imagination, using your imagination to manifest this position of authority and more control over your own life. Imagination is a very powerful tool. Okay, it's the preview. It's a preview. It's of life's coming attractions, right? So by visualizing what it is that you actually want and like being specific about it, this is what helps you to get what you want. So I feel like, regarding your career path, you're being asked to tune into to the invisible world, into spirit, and take advantage of your inner knowing and the spiritual guidance that's available to you, because I feel like a lot of you already have an abundance of that. And I said that earlier with this queen, that's a spiritual card as well. So tune into that, listen to your inner guidance. Perhaps, to become this person of authority, kind of this person that's in her own power or his own power, you're being asked to use that inner power that you have. Use your intuition, use the wisdom that you've gained through the trials that you've been through, use psychology, listen to spirit, pursue avenues of healing. If you need some help with something, talk to a counselor, pursue holistic health. Pay attention to your health here, okay? This is going to help you to get where you want to be. And also pay attention to your finances, that you're being realistic regarding your spending right now. Maybe you need to get a handle on your spending. But definitely just use your intuition. It's basically what this is saying, and this will get you from point A to point B. Okay. And so the next question is, what qualities do you bring to the table? So what qualities does option 2 bring to the table regarding her career or his career? The majority I read for, and the majority of my viewers are, females, feminine, so, you'll have to bear with me if I refer to, the cards in that way as I channel as a feminine, but use a pronoun that applies to you. What qualities does option 2 bring to the table, please? Regarding option 2's career, what qualities do they bring to the table? What qualities do they possess? What qualities does option 2 possess, please, regarding their career? Very nurturing qualities, good practical sense, I know some of you are being guided to watch your spending. A lot of you are very good with finances and good with money. It might be when you're going out and entertaining yourself, you get carried away with the spending, but generally speaking, um, with this Queen of Pentacles, and the upright Pentacles refers to money, work, finances. Somebody that you have these qualities already. So you might be an earth sign or be in the earth sign energy. So earth signs are Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And so you're already a queen, but you're wanting to be a bit tougher in your career arena. And you wanting to embody more of this Queen of Swords energy that I described earlier in the reading. But you are already at the level of a queen. Okay? So with regards to that, you're already somebody that's pretty good or very good at using their mind, because I consider the Pentacles and the Swords to be referring to the realm of the mind, whereas Wands and Water is more of the realm of emotion. Both have intelligence and strengths and weaknesses, but I feel like you're already sort of there with regard to what you want to be in your career. There's just some sharpening that needs to happen here, some honing in, some focus. Maybe a little less emphasis on getting together with your friends and having a good time, and more emphasis on figuring out who in your friends group or social circle is like-minded in terms of career and career goals that you can ally yourself with in order to progress yourself. Okay? Because your strength is that you might be doing well for yourself financially already, or you definitely have the potential to, and you have managerial ability, leadership skills, leadership ability. You have a fertile mind, good ideas, lots of ideas. And your ideas, when they take hold, they really, grow well. And you have an understanding of the material world. And so I feel like you you definitely have what it takes to be successful in utilizing your resources to create more income for yourself. You're successful in any area that involves money, like career involves money. So I feel like whatever you're thinking in terms of your career, whatever you're getting from this reading, it is inspiring in you an undertaking that you should take, that if it's carefully nurtured, it will bear fruit for you. You will get a harvest from it. Okay, some of you might actually like to garden or work with the earth or plant or grow or work at a florist or anything like that. Could be related to your career somehow, but that might only resonate for a few. Just take what resonates. But what you bring to the table is that you are, generally a generous and wise, practical person who's pretty comfortable with yourself, and you're someone who likes the nicer things in life. And so I feel like that's a motivation for you. Maybe you could be an interior decorator and help others to enjoy creature comforts. Be in a field that allows you to make the most of these skills that you have regarding style and luxury. Okay? For some of you, that'll resonate. But I feel like, what this is saying is validating my earlier mention about the social networking, because this queen is one who works well in a team, or in the very least, like in a work-related partnership. And she's, creative, and so you're creative, and you bring creativity to business matters. You are trying to get to a place where you are sharper and more deliberate, or logical, more maybe a little harder, right? to move from the sort of softer energy to a little bit of a tougher energy. And if that's what you need to do, use your intuition, do what you need to do. But you already do have a lot of skills going for you. So nurture your talents, and I feel you can help others develop their skills as well. And continue, using your resources creatively and constructively. And I feel like, sharing your resources with others or recruiting a team of like-minded people will help you achieve your goals career-wise. Hey, you. All right. So the next question, where can you find assistance for your career path? For option 2, spirits, angels, and guides, where can option 2 find assistance for their career path, please? Where can option 2 find assistance for their career path, please? Where can option 2 find assistance for their career path? I feel it's coming from both a mix of your logic and your intuition. I feel like you can find assistance from yourself. Okay? Like you have, like I said, when the second queen came out, everything that you need. I mean, you are already on that level in terms of authority. And so you show up as a very creative person, a very intuitive person, knowledgeable, studied person. And so I feel like, what the Two of Swords is saying here is that you're the one that you can go to for assistance. And through you, I feel like you can get assistance from your spirit guides, from your own intuition, and from your logic, as that's a card that combines both logic and emotion, or logic and intuition, rather. And it's also a card of faith. So if you're a faithful person, if you're religious, or you have whatever spiritual belief system you have, turning to that and having faith in that will assist you in your career path. It'll give you the courage and the courage to overcome, whatever conflicts that you might encounter on this career path, to make a choice related to your career path, and help you know who to turn to, what friendships can benefit your career path. I feel like, again, this is a card about friendship, can be a card about friendship. So again, it's speaking to, the ability to tap into your friends as a resource regarding your career path, and stay balanced in the face of conflict as well. Use both, the right and left sides of your brain, so you can combine that intellect and that intuition. And when you come across decisions related to your career, it's important that you use both of those, okay, to make the best possible decision for yourself. And if there are areas about yourself that you don't like to look at, or in some way about your career you're not seeing things clearly, you're being guided to take the blindfold off and look at the situation honestly. You don't have to admit it to anyone else, but you do have to admit the truth to yourself. So, because some of you are, very, very, or at least a little bit confused or conflicted regarding some work-related issue here. Particularly regard the question, where can you get assistance? Just have faith in your own judgment. Like I said, have faith in yourself, have faith in your own judgment, have faith in your higher power. And I feel like you are being drawn to a career that combines both intellect and imagination. So trust your own wisdom and your own inner guidance in your financial matters, and pay attention to that small quiet voice within, as well as to your logic, okay? Next question. What does option 2 need to pay attention to? So what needs your attention regarding your career for option 2? Angels, spirits, and guides, what needs option 2's attention? Regarding option 2's career, what needs their attention? And the knowledge and the understanding that you are supported, that you are going to be victorious, that you can be that executive or that caregiver or that leader that you really want to be. Because we've got the Six of Wands. And this is a card of the triumphant hero returning after a battle successful with, the victory wreath, okay? So what needs your attention? Emulate those in your life who you look up to. Focus on the things that make you feel successful and the positive examples in your life. It looks like some of you may be around some questionable characters in your current position, and you're being asked to focus, on those around you who you admire. Because this card does say that, victory and success, recognition, satisfaction, all of those good things, they're available to you. And you need to know that. You need to have faith in that. When you're with your friends or when you're in a social setting, allow yourself to be celebrated. Learn how to take a compliment if you don't know how to take a compliment. Some of you don't. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself feel fulfilled. When you accomplish even a small victory or a small goal related to your career and your profession, celebrate that. Let yourself feel that way on the inside, if not on the outside. Okay? You're not asked to be all work and no play, but you are asked to be balanced. Between your imagination and your logic. So do that. And when you've accomplished something, recognize that within yourself. Feel successful. Because I feel like you are overcoming a time of struggle and overcoming your obstacles related to your career. And you're going to feel on top if you don't already. Expect recognition and rewards. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about your accomplishments. You are going to have more of them. And if there's been a setback or an illness, sometimes I could talk about an illness or a setback, then you are you're getting out of that. Okay, you're moving, you're recovering from that. So whatever financial successes or work successes you've had up till now, feel grateful for those things. Maybe do a gratitude list. Write 10 things you're grateful for every day to help you manifest more of the same. It could be that some of you are going to have some sort of an investment, maybe a long-term investment that'll be paying off soon, that's going to help you with regard to your career. And if you want a raise or a promotion at your current job, really put your intention and your focus on that, because you deserve it, and it's likely that you will get it with this card. I feel like, you already have people around you who respect your efforts. And some of you have worked on some sort of a project, some sort of a work project that has really paid off or bared fruit. So enjoy your successes, your well-deserved successes. Don't downplay those, okay? Life has plenty of things to feel bad about. You don't have to feel bad about being successful. So, likely failure failure. Some of you are afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure, okay? What we fear has a strange way of sabotaging us sometimes, so don't be afraid of failure. Okay, so can we move on, Spirit? Okay, we can move on. Likely future at this point. for those who have chosen option 2, what's the likely future for them at this point regarding their career? What's option 2's likely future at this point regarding their career, please? What's option 2's likely future at this point? Happiness. Finding a compromise that works for you and makes you feel complete, makes you feel cared for and supported by spirit and by those around you, perhaps by a spouse or a lover. Likely future is that you're moving away from some situation that's no longer working for you. Even if you stay at a current position, there's going to be a change, or you are going to perhaps change your attitude to one of more self-preservation, more focused on positive thinking and attainment of your own goals. In some way, shape, or form, you're going to be moving away from whatever troubles you've experienced with your career into a better time for yourself, a healing time for yourself. One where you can experience better than what you've gotten so far. And it's involving this Lover's card, and it is spiritually supported, and it has to do with, masculine and feminine energies. And we all have those within us. So it could be talking about, like I said, like a partner or a friend, that you come into union with as a result of your career path, as a result of, being successful. But I don't want you to focus too much on that, since this isn't a love reading. I feel like it's more to do with you coming into balance in yourself. And these disparate or incompatible parts of yourself, once those are in balance, you're moving away from that which troubles you, that which holds you back. It's normal for people to have opposing parts within their personality, okay? We're all very complex people. People are complex and dynamic. So I feel like once you consolidate your resources in terms of your friends in the outer world, and you combine that with consolidating your inner resources in terms of your intellect and your intuition and imagination, then you find union. You find harmony, you find cooperation, you know what choices to make, you know what partnerships to engage in, and you find yourself in a much more cooperative energy with regards to your work, a more cooperative workspace where you're working together to accomplish a joint purpose. And you'll be attracting the right coworkers or the right work partners to help you, and help you to be more at peace with yourself too, because when you're not at odds or in conflict inside of yourself, then you're more at peace, and peace is healthy, peace is good. So I feel like, the future is harmonious for you, option 2, in personal and professional matters, it looks like. I feel like, the decisions that you need to make, particularly if there's like one major one, whatever comes to your mind when I say that one, I feel like you're going to make the right decision. And that regarding your work life, your future is one of harmony and contentment, cooperation, where joint projects are going to work out really well for you. And for everyone involved, I feel like it's like win-win situations. And that you and those who you're involved with in your career, when you're working together to work on a common goal, that's gonna work out smoothly. You are gonna work together with others to achieve a common goal here. And again, some of you might meet a partner through work or work with a partner, but take it how it resonates. It looks good though. Bright future prospects career-wise for you, option 2. All right, option 2, that's what I've got for you. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that resonated. And if you did like the reading, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, as it does help to support the channel and keep it going. If you'd like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below the video. And if you'd like to leave me a comment letting me know, how this resonated with you, that's great. I like to read the comments. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'm moving on to option 3. Welcome, option 3. Thanks for tuning in to your career reading. So go ahead and think of any answers or any concerns that you have regarding your career as I tune into the collective, angels, spirits, and guides for the collective who have tuned in for option 3. Please give us clear and accurate guidance regarding their career path, please. For option 3. First question, where are you at presently? So where is option 3 at presently in their career, spirit? Where is option 3 at presently in their career? For those who have chosen option 3, where are they at presently? Okay. Well, you're feeling unstable and unbalanced with your career presently, option 3. Some of you may be a Libra or a fire sign, but don't have to. That's just the energy that I'm getting with this Justice card in reverse. Justice card upright is talking about, mastering something, working with someone else in a positive way, feeling supported. For those that this is resonating with, you don't feel those things right now. You feel unsupported in your career, and you feel perhaps there's been some sort of injustice that was done to you. And so maybe you're waiting for something to happen. Some of you are waiting for a raise or a promotion, and that hasn't occurred. There's been some sort of unfairness in this situation. For those of you who are in a position of authority or have power over others, this card can be saying that perhaps, you were unfair to another person or punished someone erroneously, but that's only going to apply for a couple of you. You'll know that if it applies to you, if it does. And then if it doesn't resonate, then don't take it. Again, like I said in the previous 2 options, I'm reading for thousands of people, so not every aspect of every reading will resonate for you, but if you're guided here, there's likely a message for you. And if you find that it doesn't resonate at all, please pick another option or see another video. But yeah, I am getting that somebody might be in power and might have unduly punished someone in their employ, but that could have happened, to you. Option 3. If you're in the powerless position, you might feel resentful or angry at being treated unfairly in your career, and so I feel like your balance is off. Your equilibrium is out of whack, and you might swing from one extreme to the other regarding your career. Like some days you might feel like you're really on track in your career, and other days you might hate it so bad and just want to get out. So For some of you, you are swinging from extreme to extreme. Perhaps some of you are just being very moody in the workplace, which is a bad sign, because you must not like it if that's how you're behaving or feeling. So definite imbalance or lack of cooperation, or both, in your workplace. And some of you are having to answer for something wrong that you did. Maybe you've been reprimanded, or disciplinary action has been taken against you. Or maybe not against you as a person, but maybe against your organization. Some sort of legal issue is affecting the work environment. Some of you, your employer owes you money and haven't given it to you. Maybe there was an error on a paycheck I'm getting, and you didn't. You found it out later, and then you went to payroll, and they owe you money. So that might only resonate for one or two of you, but fairly certain that's going to resonate for somebody. But yeah. So let's see if I'm getting anything else. This can also represent delays. So if there's something you're supposed to be doing for your work, maybe travel, that's been delayed. But generally speaking, it's about, feeling treated unjustly, feeling restless in the workplace, and considering a job change. So next question. What is calling you? So for those who have chosen option 3, what career is calling them? What's calling them in their career? For option 3, what's calling to them in their career? Like, what calling is calling them? What's calling them in their career, please, for those who have chosen option 3? For those who have chosen option 3, what is calling them? I feel like some of you are being called to quit your job. Because we've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. It's about working. And yeah, you're being called to quit your job, or just, if not quit, then really stop working as hard for this company, as this is what you're feeling called to do. Like, you're not inspired, you've been treated unfairly, so that's really just sort of sapped your enthusiasm for your work, and you just want to be there and collect a paycheck and do the bare minimum to get by. You may be procrastinating or being lazy on your job just for the reasons of feeling like mistreated somehow, or at the very least that you're just not in the right position for you. So as a result of that, you might not be advertising this to the world that you feel this way. You might be holding these feelings and thoughts about your job close to your chest, and you might be even like hoarding your money, or really being tight with your money, or you're planning on saving your money so that you can take some time off from this place. You're wanting a break from work from this place, what you're currently doing. That's what's calling you. Because you feel like you work really hard to get ahead, and you're just ending up feeling like a rat in the rat race, or a hamster on the treadmill, and no matter how fast you run, no matter how hard you work, you don't get anywhere. And so some of you are truly burnt out in your current profession. And at the very least, you're experiencing some confusion that has hindered or prevented you from moving forward or having more success in your job, or like obstacles or delays. And part of that for some, could be that you do need to refine your skills. that you lack the necessary skills to accomplish your aims and to move ahead. So some of you might be considering refining your skills by taking a class, doing self-study, going back to school, something like that. But I'm getting a lot of you don't want to even do that because you don't feel like what you're doing is right for you. So why would you continue going down that path any more than you already have, since it's already proving unrewarding for you? Yeah, I feel like, maybe you're not making enough money at this job, even if you like it. If nothing else resonated that I've said about this job, I feel like, your bills, some of you, your bills are piling up, and you just don't earn enough to make ends meet. And I feel like that's a story for a lot of people in this day and age. And it's a story for whoever this is resonating for. Some of you might need to depend on someone else for support, rather than be able to afford to, to truly support yourself, to solely support yourself, to be self-supported. And it's because, you're not earning enough at your job, and you're not inspired, some of you, to even try to work harder because you feel like it's unappreciated anyway. So, might want to question or ask yourself, are you having unrealistic ideas about your abilities? Do you need to get real and say, not blame the job, but blame the fact that maybe you do need to go back to school or refine your skills? That's something you can look at, something that you are being called to look at. Is the question here? Because that could be a reason for the disappointment that you feel. When you don't get a promotion, when you don't get the respect that you seek, or you don't get the job that you want. Could it be some area that you could improve upon in yourself? Yeah, it's possible. But I feel like I think you're planning something. I feel like you're planning something. You're being cautious. I feel like you are experiencing a creative block. You're really focused on your security here. Maybe you stay, stuck in this job. I feel like saying stuck because even if it doesn't pay you a lot, even if it doesn't pay you enough, it's better than not having any job at all. And so you're playing it safe and just trying to gather as much money as you can. And in the event that you soon will be leaving, because you're no longer challenged, content, or inspired in your current position, if you ever were. Might have been something that you settled for because you thought that it was going to pay more than it does, or that you thought that it would be more worth it than it is. So you're being called to look at certain things. So how can you get to where you want to go? Angels, spirits, and guides, for those who have chosen option 3, how can they get to where they want to go? How can they get that inspiration back? How can they make more money? How can they refine their skills? How can they get where they want to go? And you are being guided to listen in, to your intuition, to take some time alone to assess what's going on in the situation. What aren't you being honest with yourself about? It might be hurtful for you to look at yourself and admit that sometimes, you're more responsible for your unhappy situation at your work than you would like to admit. Or it could be that, there's someone else that has, really hurt your feelings in the workplace, and you haven't really faced or dealt with those feelings about that. So you need to take the time to look within, and with that High Priestess. And the High Priestess is also a card of study, so I feel like some of you are being guided to study and advance your skills. Probably most of you are being asked to advance your skills, whether you're planning on staying in this particular field or not. Because to get ahead in this particular field, it feels like you need to refine your skills, which usually involves some measure of training or study. And even if you want to change to another field, then you're going to have to retrain in something else, right? So this is a very powerful card that's saying that you can get what you want career-wise, and if you listen to your intuition, use your imagination to manifest, and use your mind. Really use your mind, and look at things. Look at things through the eyes of your faith, and through the eyes of spirit, from like a higher perspective. Okay, so pay attention to your dreams, your imagination, your intuition, your waking dreams, as well as those dreams that you have at night. Pay attention to those. Maybe keep a dream journal, write down those dreams when you wake up to help get guidance about how you get from point A to point B in your career. How do you get to a better place? There's some messages there for you. And look more deeply at your hidden talents, your hidden motivations. There's something that you're hiding from yourself regarding your career. And so you get to a better place by facing your shadows, fixing something or healing something in your inner life will reflect onto your outer life. So it's going to be different for each of you. It's a very personal thing we're talking about here. I feel like, though, you are in the process of making some of these changes, that these inner changes are taking place within you. They just haven't materialized in the 3D yet. So like something hidden is about to come forth, and like I said, you're probably not talking to people about how you really feel about this place that you're at in your career that's uninspiring, or at the least not valuing enough or paying you enough. Maybe you are talking to others, but you really feel more deeply about it than you're allowing others to know, particularly at your workplace. And I feel like there's going to come a point where you are going to say it, you are going to express it. It is going to come to light. And to know how to do that, tune into the astral plane or the invisible world or spirit. Use your faith, whatever that means for you, and take advantage of your intuition, because you already have a lot of inner knowing regarding your career path and what you're meant to be doing. So and it could even mean working in a field that allows you to express your inner power and your intuition, those more feminine aspects of your personality, as traditionally High Priestess embodies feminine power. Regardless of what gender you are, there's something to be said for your feminine side, that inner power, that intuition, that wisdom. You could get into a field like healing, the healing arts, holistic healing, a spiritual path, or psychology. I feel like by tuning into spirit, you can get to where you're wanting to go. And in the meantime, make sure you're being practical with your finances, especially for those of you who are planning on changing jobs. You need to have something to help carry you over, to bridge the gap between paychecks and between job changes. And I feel like any issues that you have regarding your money can be solved by listening to your intuition. Okay, listening to that quiet inner voice within. Some of you you need to heal from something that's happened here in the workplace. Something again, I'm getting with that Justice card in reverse, something negative for a lot of you that's happened here. You're pulling out of some sort of a hurtful situation, and just know that the worst is over, and you've learned from your mistakes. So if you're the one that's made a mistake here that you're needing to move past in the workplace, you've learned from it and the worst is over. Just remain remain aware, remain watchful, for to prevent any future lapses in judgment or any future errors. And even if it's somebody else that made an error or wronged you, just remain watchful for deception and confusion that might occur. Okay. And you can again do all of that by listening to your intuition, and it'll help you. So and what qualities do you bring to the table? What qualities does option 3 bring to the table regarding their career path? What qualities does option 3 bring to the table regarding their career path? The qualities that you bring to the table regarding your career path is that you are a fair and just person. So it's like either you learned from some injustice that you committed, if that resonates with you, to where you're now going to be much more just and generous and committed to equal give and take than you were in the past, or you have been done wrong. Somebody's been unjust to you, and so that really hits hard because you are naturally such a very fair and balanced person with that 6 of Pentacles. Balanced particularly with regard to your approach to money, work, and home, because Pentacles are about money, work, and home. So, some of you might be, I don't know if I already said it, an earth sign, water sign, fire sign, but could be any sign really, or have it in your chart. This is just the energy of the card, is an earth sign energy. It's about you're someone who engages in equal give and take. You're a generous person. In many ways you are prosperous, if not financially, then just in the way that you are as a person. Maybe you are someone that lends your ear to listen to someone when you know they need to be listened to. There are a lot of little ways that you can be generous with people that don't involve money. But I feel like this brings good luck to your life, and it makes people want to work with you. It makes people want to cooperate with you. It feels like whatever happened that was an injustice here, it was probably like a fluke or something undeserved, because if it happened to you, I'm getting that you're normally someone that inspires cooperation. You're normally somebody that cooperates with others. And everybody makes mistakes sometimes, but you know what I mean. So I feel that you do have some good luck coming to you. There is some good times ahead for you, financially and materially here. I feel like by cooperating with others, you can profit from that. Working with friends or family or co-workers in a cooperative way, the more you do that, I feel like that's an asset to because you have that personality, you're able to do that. So by combining your talents and sharing resources, you can create an environment that is a win-win environment for everybody. It creates a very good work culture in the workplace, and it makes people see you in a leadership light. So you might be, someone that is into charitable work. I think option 2 also came through with a strong interest and talent for charitable work. But I feel like, maybe you are the type that enjoys working for other people. I'm getting a mix of energy here. Some of you do like being an employee. Maybe perhaps you'd like to be a more higher paid employee, but others of you are working for yourself or wanting to work for yourself. Some of you do both. But I am getting win-win energy here in terms of what you bring to the table. You're a team player. Even if you say, I'm not a team player, I like to be alone or whatnot, when you are working with a team, when you have to work with a team, you make a good group effort. You use your talents. Your talents contribute to the team morale and the outcome. So combining your skills and abilities and your resources with others promises you success. And so, even if you're not someone that normally works well with a team or likes to work with a team, you have a talent for it. You can do it if you want to. I feel like a lot of you already know this, and already do like to cooperate and work with others and participate in a team. Um, and I feel like, everybody, benefits as a result of that. And then some of you might be wanting to, for those of you who are considering going out on your own, doing your own thing, or already um, are self-employed, maybe on a part-time basis, to expand that part of it, you might need some help from others in the form of, like, perhaps a loan of money, or just they're chipping in, with their resources or their time to help you. And I feel like you can have that there are people willing to do that for you, because I feel that you bring fulfillment to those around you, that you have the skills um, to make projects bear fruit, and that you're often happy with the outcome. When you apply yourself to something, you're really happy with the outcome that you're able to achieve. So if you're thinking about, starting something new, a new job, starting a new business, or expanding something that you're currently doing, you get the thumbs up, I feel. Yeah, I definitely think that you if you're not confident in your abilities, you should be confident in your abilities to make positive things happen in your career, because you have what it takes. So, where can you find assistance? For those who have chosen option 3, where can they find assistance with their career goals? Please. Where can option 3 find assistance? Okay. Option 3, I feel like you can help yourself by not focusing on any losses, that have occurred in your career and in your work life. If we saw something most likely unjust happened here, for you in your career, and I feel like, you're really feeling badly about that with that 5 of Cups. You want to cut your losses, let bygones be bygones, and not focus on that. This is the way that you can assist yourself, because otherwise you could excuse me, it'd be potentially make things worse, or make yourself sick with worry about it. I feel like you need to go where you feel valued, where you feel fulfilled and happy. And if it's not your current position, then you're being asked to really take it seriously, finding something else, or moving into a different department, something, making some change. And you can start with, with your attitude, so that you're not focusing so much on loss or loneliness or, disappointment here. Don't focus on what you lack. Focus on what you have. Gratitude journal. Okay? But some of you may have lost money, but all is not lost. Okay? And if you've invested in something that doesn't pay off, or is costing you more money than it's worth, then reassess that investment. Don't put bad or good money. Don't put good money after bad. And that'll apply for a few of you. But just don't give up hope. And carefully assess. I feel, like I said, you have a lot of positive energy in this reading, but there is some area, of disappointment that's holding you back. So, take a more positive approach. Don't be a total Pollyanna that you overlook, your due diligence. In other words, looking at things about your workplace, or about your financial investments, or about working with others. Don't overlook, blatant red flags regarding your work and the work that you do. but also don't sit there and dwell on them either, because that's not going to be good for you. And what needs your attention? For option 3, those who have chosen option 3, what needs their attention, please? What do they need to focus on? And we already see what they don't need to focus on. We kind of already answered the question. You need to be more positive and remove yourself from a situation that makes you feel unvalued and unhappy. And I feel like a lot of you are. Keep doing that. And the best way to do it is to, just to level up in your thinking in terms of letting go of those hurt feelings. And I know that it's easier said than done, but just focus more on what needs to be done and the positive things in your life and your goals. Okay, so what needs option 3's attention regarding your career, please? What needs option 3's attention regarding their career, please? Yeah, it's just reflecting, the previous card. Don't give up. You need to attend to your crop. Okay, that's symbolic, but some of you might be gardeners or farmers. If that's the case, regardless of what this means to you, attend to your crop, attend to your goals, your focus, your dreams, attend to your money. Get rid of those people, places, and things that no longer serve you or hold you back from getting what you want, from seeing your efforts bear fruit, and attend to your money and finances. Don't overspend. Be balanced in your spending, and be patient, because this is going to likely take a while for you to get from point A to point B in your career, from where you're at to where you want to be. But I feel like, this is a card. This is the Pentacles. The Pentacles is about homework and money. It's in the upright, so it's generally positive, saying that, your intentions, your plans for the future regarding your career and your profession, your work, it is going to pay off. It is going to be an earner for you. Your dream, your goal is going to be an earner for you. It's going to earn you money, and it's going to be positive. It just needs to, it needs time to grow. And it needs you to focus on and attend to it. Okay, so pull the weeds, get rid of them, water that plant. Protect it from frost. Do all of those things that you need to do in order to be successful here, because that card says it will pay off. Sometimes the best way to avoid problems or problematic people is just to avoid them and avoid arguing with them. Continue to, watch your back if you're in a tough situation right now and going forward. But don't get into arguments with coworkers or bosses or clients right now. Choose your battles carefully, okay? And going forward, you're going to want to set some firm guidelines regarding your finances, particularly if you are going off on your own, starting your own business. Firm guidelines for your spending, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. But I feel like this is going to bear fruit. This new project, what you're doing now, you need to focus on the fact that this is going to be successful. This is going to bear fruit for you. That you're going to see accomplishments. You're going to feel valued, more valued than you have been. Because like we said, everything is not lost. You are going to feel valued again if you don't right now. And you will be advancing your career, and you're advised to keep working on it, keep applying effort, because what you do now will impact your future results. And you're going to start seeing gains soon from what you're doing now. I feel there's still room for growth. Don't give up again. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. And don't also, avoid anything that seems too good to be true, or get rich schemes, anything like that. Use your good judgment. Slow and steady wins the race. And finally, what is the likely future for option 3 regarding their career, please? So, at this point, what is the likely future for option 3? At this point, what is the likely future for option 3, please? It's making a decision about what actions to take to get the best for yourself in life, to get yourself the world. Okay? I feel like you're watching, you're waiting, you're being patient, and at some point, you'll be set up for a decision that will allow you to move away from that makes you sad, that makes you feel like you don't have enough, and move towards having the world, having what you really want, having the best for yourself. Could be that you're going to enter a partnership, particularly those of you who are going to be self-employed or work for yourself, but it could apply even if you're working for someone else. I feel like what do they say, luck is preparation meets opportunity. Well, you're preparing now for that opportunity, that chance to move out of your current circumstances. Just continue doing what you're doing, listening to your intuition or higher power, or both. Maybe some of you could benefit from meditating, but I feel like you're already meditating and thinking very deeply about how to move forward, what path is the best path to take to get you forward to where you want to be. And so the future looks bright at this point. You're going to be continuing to grow, continuing to develop your goals. You're going to be involved in some sort of a creative project that's going to allow you to take action, to make choices, to assert yourself, to take charge. I feel like, that you want to take charge. And, there's still going to be some waiting in the future, seeing, returns on an investment or project. But you're going to feel confident enough at that point to know that it's coming to you, and you'll already have seen, you'll already have enjoyed some apples, all right? You've already would have enjoyed some of the fruits of your labor at this point in the future, that you're going to feel confident that the world is coming to you, that your efforts are going to pay off. And even though you're going to be someone who is open to accepting advice or assistance or help from others, because remember I said don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, particularly financial help, as you grow your business or grow your career. But the bottom line is that you're still not going to compromise your position of leadership. You're still going to be the leader of your own career. And you might get other people's guidance or ideas or encouragement, and that's great. That's wonderful to have those things. But I feel like you really want to make it on your own instead of heavily depend on others. And I see you doing that. And I see you investing more and more energy into your career, and taking charge as a result of that, and not letting other people stand in your way. You're going to not let them dissuade you or discourage you or rain on your parade. You're really going to do it. You're going for the world. And you're going, you got a fire in your belly in the future here. All right, option 3, that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked that reading. If you did like it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. You can hit the bell notification to receive notifications when I upload a new video if you'd like. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below if you'd like to let me know how this reading resonated for you. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can get one by looking at the description box below. Contact information is there. And see, is there anything else? Yeah. And if the reading didn't resonate, feel free to choose another option. Otherwise, just take what fits and forget what doesn't. And thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next time.